McDonald's, we know that it's one of the largest restaurant owner, operator or fast food chain in the world, where they have location in more than 100 markets and they have about 40,000 stores worldwide. And here they are actually a franchisee and franchisor model. So based on their 2021 annual report, almost 93% of the restaurants are being franchised out. So we all know that McDonald's actually sell hamburgers and fast food.
You're not in the burger business, you're in the real estate business.
So here we can see that majority of their revenue is actually coming from franchise restaurants, where the revenue is generated from rent, royalties, which based on the percentage sales of all these franchise restaurants has generated, and also some initial fees when this franchisee wanted to start up the business. But then something that puzzled me is that why is there a company-operated restaurants? So the reason why McDonald's has a buy model of operation is because even though a part of their business is being franchised out to franchisee, but they still manage some of their restaurants in order to have a direct control over the operation, so that they can actually have a training ground for the new franchisees to learn more about how the business runs. And also, all these restaurants actually serve as a testing ground for their new products, or maybe they have a certain change of their operational procedures where they can test it out instead of test it out in the franchisee restaurants. So here we can see that all this revenue actually is only generated from McDonald's Corporation. So the sales by the franchise restaurants is actually not included. So only the money that is being given to McDonald's Corporation is included into this revenue. So in 2022, they generated about 23.2 billion USD. Now let's look at the numbers. The revenue is actually dropping downwards. It was a bit alarming because as we know that McDonald's is one of the largest fast food chain, so it should be doing well, right? But then we see that it has been dropping downwards until 2021 before they have a slight jump up and a bit stable for 2021. However, for their EPS, it's actually on a positive and consistent uptrend. For their operating cash flow, even though earlier years from 2013 until 2017 was a slight downtrend, but if you observe slightly closely, you can see that there was a gentle uptrend for their operating cash flow. And for their debt situation, you can see that in 2015, it was a bit high spike up, but then from 2016 onwards, it's remaining zero until 2022. So why is it that the debt to equity ratio is equals to zero? So with that, we will need to go into their annual report and find out what's happening. So from the annual report, they are actually having a high long-term debt. So is this a bad situation? It depends on how the company is actually being run by the management. In the annual report, it's actually because McDonald's is currently undergoing growth and expansions. Whether will this work out in the long term, further investigation is still required.